The riots in northeast Delhi have sparked concern not just in India but from the international community as well. In fact, quite a few of my friends overseas have contacted me to ask if everything is okay in Delhi. What I am most disappointed about is that mainstream media has severely distorted what has happened in the riots that have taken place over the last few days. Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka Deo from New India Junction. Let's take a look at what distortions have taken place and the truth behind the Delhi riots. Number 1, JAFRABAD. A protest started on the evening of February 22, 2020 in JAFRABAD. However, a protest needs police permission to even get started, and this one started without any such permission. There were protesters blocking the roads, they closed the entry and exit of the metro station, and also attempted to create a sit-in similar to Shaheen Bagh. Now, naturally, frustrated citizens came forth to coerce police to bring control to the situation. These citizens took the help of a BJP leader, and it was only on the second day that these citizens, those that wanted the roads cleared, the metro open, and the sit-in not to take place, began protesting, and that too peacefully. Now, the original protesters that did not have police permission were not having this, and it was on the third day that stone pelting started taking place against the peaceful protesters. And several news channels captured videos showing the violent protesters targeting peaceful protesters with stone pelting, physical attacks, and even arson, which led to death. Disturbing. The illegal beginning of the protest and who was targeting whom with the violence was conveniently hidden by mainstream media. And the fact that it was an unauthorized protest in the first place was also conveniently left out of the mainstream media narrative. 2. Action of the Delhi police. The next thing that mainstream media highlighted was the inaction and inactivity of the Delhi police, but this was far from the truth. Contrary to media reports, Delhi police very actively tried to control the sudden violence that was taking place. And similar to other countries in emergency situations, when mobs get out of control, tear gas, firing, and lathi charges were used. Everything except firing live rounds was used in an attempt to control unruly mobs by the Delhi police. To add to that, it was every rank of officer that was involved in trying to control the riots. In fact, Deputy Commissioner of Police Amit Sharma was in critical condition because he was attacked and severely injured while on duty trying to bring order on February 24, 2020. Officers also lost their lives in the line of duty. Head Constable Ratan Lal was lynched by a mob and died of injuries. To add to this, several other policemen have been seriously injured and have or are undergoing treatment. Now, assault to a police officer in any other country carries a serious punishment. The assault of a police officer in the USA, for example, is a serious crime and comes along with many, many years in prison. Yet, in these riots, news agencies have put out videos on Feb 24th and 25th, 2020 that show an active protester, Mohammed Shahrukh, not only threatening a police officer, but also firing blindly, risking innocent lives of anyone and everyone there. And to put Delhi police inaction claims to rest, there is a video showing them bringing a mob successfully under control. This video shows a violent crowd that was stone pelting, running away as police lathi charge successfully controlled the unruly protesters. Watch. Media reports are making it out to be that police are doing nothing when in fact police are taking measures at the risk of their own lives to bring safety and order back to the city. Number 3, selective reporting. Now, this unfair selective media reporting was not just for Delhi police but also for attacks on journalists. Journalist Akash Napa of JK 24/7 was covering the violence at Mojpur when a group of men shot him in the back on February 26, 2020. Akash clearly said that he was shot by anti-CAA protesters on the channel, but somehow this part was left out by mainstream media reports.
आकाश, जिन लोगों ने गोली चलाई है, क्या तुमने देखा था वो समर्थन में नारेबाजी कर रहे थे या अगेंस्ट में?
वो अगेंस्ट में थे। हाँ। जो कदमपुरी की पुलिया पर जो प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है, हाँ, वो उसी के प्रदर्शनकारी थे। हाँ। अचानक भीड़ भागती भी आई, 10-15 लोगों ने। ठीक है।
To add to that, a journalist from Kerala was jeered and hassled by a mob and was only let go when he revealed his Muslim identity.
केरला मीडिया भैया, मैं तो मुस्लिम हूँ, मेरा आईडी दिखाओ। अरे जाने दो यार, जाने दो। अरे अभी जाने देंगे। मेरा आईडी देख लो पहले, मेरा आईडी देख लो। गाड़ी पे मेरा आईडी देख लो, मैं मुस्लिम हूँ, केरला मीडिया है, इनका कुछ नहीं है। जाने दो भाई, जाने दो, मुस्लिम है, भाई जाओ।
So what are these protests really about? These instances give you something to think about. Number 4, reporting death. What was most disturbing in all of this is that mainstream media did not report holistically on victims, deaths, injuries, and damages. Out of sheer respect and ethical standards, this must be reported accurately and was not by mainstream media. In reality, shops and property were vandalized and burned to the ground. Furthermore, every death should have been reported by media out of sheer respect and ethical principles. While celebrities and influencers openly spoke that the government was promoting an anti-Muslim agenda, in reality, the deaths of Hindus were left out of the mainstream media narrative. I'll give you an example. On February 24th, Vinod Kumar suffered this death. Just look at this picture. He was killed by a lynch mob and left on the street where he died. His crime? Having a Jai Shri Ram sticker on his scooter. And to make matters worse, mainstream media print publications like the Indian Express went so far as to Photoshop a Muslim skull cap to portray that the protesters were not Muslim. Goes to show the credibility of a respectable publication. In reality, mainstream media should be ashamed of themselves. This is nothing but streaming a fake narrative and altering facts through leaving out the full story and even going so far as photoshopping details. This is the very definition of misinformation and fake news. I implore you on behalf of the entire team of New India Junction to do your own research on the Delhi riots and the truth behind them. This is nothing but a political agenda to paint a certain narrative, but this time it's gotten out of hand. Lives have been lost, property has been damaged in the most barbaric ways. I implore you to please research and speak out for the truth. Do not buy into a narrative spreading fear, rumors, and hate. For New India Junction, this is Priyanka Deo signing off.